5 Viking mysteries that haunt scientists. 5. Viking Sword. It was found by a reindeer hunter on a remote mountain in southern Norway. The sword was lying at 5,381 feet above sea level. A Viking sword has never been found at such a high altitude before. The sword had lain on the mountain surface for around 1,100 years. It was in perfect condition. The sword could belong to a Viking who died on the mountain. Researchers used a metal detector on the site, but they were unable to find any other artifacts nearby. So, was that Viking traveling in the high mountains with only his sword? 4. Viking Sunstone. The team from the University of Rennes in France found a crystal. They were examining the wreck of a British ship. The ship sank off the island of Alderney. In 1592, the crystal could be similar to a sunstone, a mythical navigational aid. It is said to have been used by Viking mariners. The crystal may have been used to locate the sun even on cloudy days. It was well before the invention of the magnetic compass. There is only a sketchy reference in the old Viking legends to the sunstone. However, some academics treat the sunstone theory with skepticism. 3. Ulf Beared Swords. The Ulf Beared Swords are a collection of medieval swords. They were found in various places around Europe. The roughly 170 swords that have been discovered so far are all connected. They were all inlaid with the same inscription on the blades, Ulf Beared. The Ulf Beared Swords have most commonly been found in northern Europe, but they most likely originated in the Rhineland region of Germany. These swords are classed as mysterious. They are halfway between a Viking sword and a high medieval knightly sword. The swords also showed evidence of craftsmanship and forging methods. They were too advanced for that time. One sword was made from high-quality steel that was probably imported from Central Asia. This is yet further proof that medieval folk moved around a lot. 2. Viking DNA. Vikings are considered fearsome, blonde-haired warriors from Scandinavia, but the reality is more complex. A research team extracted and analyzed DNA from the remains of 442 men, women, and children. They found that Viking identity was not limited to people of Scandinavian ancestry. There was significant gene flow into Scandinavia from the British Isles, Southern Europe, and Asia. So, the Vikings were not pure Scandinavians. Many Vikings had brown rather than blonde hair. 1. Viking women warriors. An elaborate Viking Age grave was found in Sweden. It holds the remains of a decorated female warrior from the 10th century. It proves that women held high-status positions in Viking culture. Several weapons were buried alongside the body. This indicates that the skeleton was likely that of a warrior. There were also 2 horses and a full set of game pieces and a gaming board. The gaming pieces suggest that the person buried was a high-ranking combatant. She was knowledgeable about strategies and tactics. This is the first formal and genetic confirmation of a female Viking warrior.